안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to a brand new week with the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-hwa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-tourism, K-performances, K-everything. And before you know, you'll be booking your flight to Korea. Our co-host this Monday is Walter Lee. Hello, Walter. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Seoul, and happy Monday, everyone out there. I can't wait to get into our K-Enter news, so stick around for that.
All right, and we're also joined by Arirang News culture correspondent Song Yoo-jin. Welcome.
Happy Monday, Seoul, and happy Monday, Walter.
Happy Monday.
And happy Monday, and happy Monday to all the Culture Wave viewers. I'm Song Yoo-jin. I'm Arirang News culture correspondent.
So, Yoo-jin, I kind of hinted it in the opening that we're going to talk about K-tourism, and that's going to be with you, but on a slightly different angle than what you would usually expect when we talk about K-tourism. So, what are we talking about today?
Right, so today I want to introduce a policy that took effect about 3 weeks ago here in capital Seoul. And the reason why I chose this topic is because although this is fairly well known among locals, it seems that many international visitors aren't familiar with it. So let's first take a look at what it is. Swarms of visitors are now a common sight in Seoul's Bukchon Hanok village. Tourists flock here to see the centuries-old Hanok houses up close. While this historic village delights tourists, life for residents is far less pleasant.
The noise, especially from rolling suitcases, disrupts our mornings and nights, especially since Hanok houses aren't well soundproofed. There's also the problem of littering, and shockingly, some visitors have even relieved themselves near our homes. Others have walked into our house, uninvited, and taken photos inside.
These issues, known as overtourism, have taken a toll, causing the village's population to drop by 27.6% over the past decade. To address this, the government in July this year designated Bukchon as Korea's first special management area under the Tourism Promotion Act.
Since 2018, we've set specific visiting hours for the village, and local residents have worked hard to enforce them. But without legal backing, they were often ignored. Now, with a legal framework in place, we can impose fines for violations.
The village is now divided into 3 color-coded zones based on overcrowdedness, with the strictest regulations in the red zone. So it's past 5 p.m. and I'm here in the red zone of the Bukchon Hanok village, where visitors aren't allowed to enter between 5 p.m. and 10 a.m. Now this area has been one of the most congested spots in the village because visitors come here to take photos in front of traditional Hanok houses. At 5 p.m., monitoring personnel take to the streets, guiding visitors out of restricted areas. The curfew applies to those simply sightseeing, with exceptions made for those visiting stores, museums, or staying in Hanok accommodation within the zone. Residents say they're already feeling a change.
We're thrilled as we can finally have peaceful mornings and evenings.
Tourists we spoke to understood the policy's purpose, but suggested clear guidance.
People, it's supper time till and have time to sleep and rest. So yeah, I think it makes sense. If there are hundreds of people around here, they couldn't rest. So yeah.
I think we could have done it if we Googled it a bit more. But I mean, like there could be a sign like further outside, so we wouldn't have like walked already into the street.
However, not everyone is on board. Some local business owners worry about the impact on their livelihoods.
The district office needs to communicate more with local business owners. Instead of strict daily restrictions, a more flexible approach, like limiting visitors during specific periods, might work better.
As overtourism becomes a growing issue worldwide, Bukchon Hanok Village's strategy offers a way to balance visitor experience with residents' quality of life.
You know, if you try to get some sleep, maybe early in the evening, or you have to focus, really the tiniest noise can be a distraction.
Right.
But if you have like tourists bustling around your home, I think this really is a necessary measure.
I think so as well, especially in that certain area. I've been there many, many times, and it must be really disturbing for a lot of the residents in the area.
Now, Yoo-jin, you slightly mentioned it, but over-tourism is certainly not just a challenge for Korea. So how are other countries in the world dealing with this this issue.
Right, so I want to mention two notable examples. One is Venice in Italy, and the other one is Kyoto in Japan. Now, starting with Venice, it became the very first city in the world to introduce an entrance fee for visitors who are trying to tour the city. So to provide a bit more information, from April to July this year, tourists were required to purchase a one-day ticket costing €5, which is about $5.30. And the city plans to re-implement this policy next year, but this time doubling the fee to €10. So we'll see how that goes on. And meanwhile, over in Japan, its famous Gion geisha district has also been grappling with littering, harassment of geishas, and overwhelming crowds. So in response, the city has restricted access to certain alleyways starting since April.
I think it's actually a good thing that Korea is implementing these measures, because it means that we are having so many tourists just like in these renowned big places like Venice, right?
Yeah, that's really good to see that's actually happening. But we've got to turn our back to Bukchon especially. And are there any additional measures that the district office is planning to combat this over-tourism?
Well, there actually is. So starting from January 2026, the district office is planning to restrict the passage of charter tour buses in the Bukchon area to address illegal parking and traffic congestion. So the restrictions will be in effect year-round, which includes weekends and holidays as well. And it will cover a 2.3-kilometer stretch of roads from Bukchon-ro 5-gil to Changdeokgung 1-gil. And exceptions will be made for commuter buses, shuttle buses, school buses, and neighborhood shuttle buses as well. But you don't have to be disappointed, because visitors can still park outside the village and then tour on foot. And although this rule is not legally enforced yet, I also want to mention that if you are planning to visit the Bukchon Hanok village, the village is encouraging visitors to avoid coming on Sundays, as it has designated it as a rest day for the alleyways.
I think that's a very good plan, just to have at least one day off for the residents to take a rest from all the tourists.
I mean, I have never lived in a place that is like that big with many tourists, not a big city. But if I ever get to live in such a place, like I think Haebangchon is also one of those places that has these similar measures in the Itaewon area or so. So I think in the near future, if we ever get to move to those places, I think we can be at ease, and that's a really great measure that you not implemented, that you introduced us to. So we're looking forward to your next coverage. Thank you very much, Eugene.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Eugene.
Time for our daily dose of K-Enter News with Walter Lee. Walter, on Friday, we talked about the new release by BTS's Jin, his new album, Happy, his first solo album. And it's just Monday now, and already we're seeing so many records.
I know. I've got so much BTS news today that it's been overloaded, but we have to start with Jin's solo.
We can never say overloaded when it comes to BTS.
That's true, that's true. I shouldn't say that. But yes, indeed, on Saturday, BTS's label Big Hit Music announced that Jin's song Running Wild, which is, just as you can hear in the back of his solo album, Happy, has topped the iTunes song charts in 70 different countries. Now, this is including Australia, Finland, and also Brazil as well. But that's not all. According to the UK official charts as well, on Friday local time, the pre-release of the track I'll Be There, which we mentioned on Friday, from Jin's album, ranked number 65 on the official singles downloads charts and 73 on the official singles sales charts. Now, this is such a great achievement in such a short amount of time, because as we said, we only talked about it on the 15th or last Friday, and for it to already be breaking these records is a great achievement in itself. But we must move on. Now, let's talk about Jimin, right? Jimin has been breaking personal records of his own. His second solo album, titled Muse, and its track Who. The track now has become Jimin's longest charting solo track in the UK, and is currently ranked 75th on the official singles charts, 3rd on the singles downloads charts, and 5th on the singles sales charts. He's just amazing at the moment. But that's not all. Like I said, He's got so much news, I'm just so excited. Jimin is also setting more records on music streaming platform Spotify. The song Who became the fastest song released by a Korean artist in 2024 to reach 1 billion streams.
A really exciting news. So
Yes.
they are really running wild.
They are indeed.
And Jimin. And who, which is also referring to the title by Jimin, who is the next BTS member you're going to talk about?
Yes, very good segue, by the way. So that's right, staying on the subject of BTS members as well as Spotify. Now we're going to talk about V, and he has become the first K-pop artist or soloist to exceed 19 million followers on Spotify on the streaming platform. Now, also talking about his debut solo album, which is called Layover, recently it surpassed 2 billion cumulative streams. Now, last but not least, Jungkook. We've got to talk about him and his debut solo single 7, and this is also featuring Lato, and also his other song, Standing Next to You, which is a lovely song, I think. And this comes from his solo album, Golden. Now, this continues to perform strongly, appearing on Spotify's weekly top global songs chart on 70 and 53 weeks, respectively, for both songs. Now, Jungkook is the first K-pop artist to achieve 2 billion streams on Spotify for a single song. Now, it only took 469 days for his song 7 to reach this milestone, making him the fourth fastest song in Spotify history to do so. And these are following other artists like Harry Styles, The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber, and The Weeknd as well.
Wow, congratulations to all of the members. And Walter, I haven't seen you so excited talking about boy groups, because usually you like to talk about girl groups a little bit more.
Yes.
But we have another boy group to talk about.
We do, and we have The Boys, not just any boy group, The Boys. Now they're set to transfer to the label 100. Now this agency is run by producer MC Mong, for those who don't know, MC Mong is a sort of hip-hop artist. He's also a comedic TV radio personality as well. Now 100, the agency announced their move to on Friday, and although the members' current contracts have not been expired yet with IST Entertainment, they are expected to join 100 in the middle of next month. However, this is going to be interesting because when the move occurs, it remains uncertain whether they're going to keep their name, The Boys. It has been reported that 100 and the current agency have not yet discussed the trademark on their name. Now, anticipating this, 100 did apply for other trademarks. Now, under similar names, The Boys, B-O-I-S-E, The New Boys with a Z, or TNBZ, which also is short for The New Boys.
Oh, okay, I see. What would be your favorite among those?
I think The Boys with the O-I-S-E.
Okay, sounds good. So let's hope that everything is going to be sorted, so also that the fans, know how to support them in the future.
Yes.
So thank you very much, our K-Enter boy Walter, for that, and stick around.
We'll see you soon.
And now time for some other culture-related news with our AI anchor, Ari.
Hello and welcome to the Kulture Wave AI News. I am Ari, here to guide you through the latest news and events in Korea's cultural scene. Here's our first story of the day. The inaugural World Taekwondo Virtual Championships were held in Singapore, marking the beginning of a new era in virtual taekwondo competition. This innovative format allows athletes to compete against virtual opponents in real time, using a motion tracking system and VR headsets. Organized by the World Taekwondo Federation, the championships aim to expand the sport's global reach and foster its growth in the digital age. Team Korea made a historic debut, securing 1 silver and 2 bronze medals. An exhibition showcasing Korea's diverse national heritage through media art has opened in Gangneung, Gangwon-do Province. The exhibition uses advanced 3D technology to recreate some 150 national heritage items, including iconic national treasures like the Seokguram Grotto, famous palaces and traditional dances. Organized by the National Heritage Service and the National Heritage Agency, the event leverages 3D assets developed over several years. The exhibition runs until December 20 at the Arete Museum in Gangneung, with its counterpart in the U.S. state of Las Vegas also open. The 2024 Korean Seoul Grand Festival was held in Seoul's Yangjae district over the weekend. A variety of activities captivated audiences, including a makgeolli brewing program, a special auction for limited edition traditional liquors, and seminars on alcohol industry trends. Now in its 14th year, the festival is Korea's largest traditional liquor event, attracting over 10,000 visitors annually with a goal of promoting traditional Korean liquor. That's all from me. Keep it tuned to the Culture Wave.
Jeongnyeon, The Star is Born. A K-drama star born from a webtoon has been receiving immense love in Korea and even abroad, despite its theme revolving around something unfamiliar even to many Koreans, gukguk, a traditional Korean all-female theater. What is it about the drama and gukguk that's fascinating viewers? To talk about this, we are joined by culture critic Professor Ji Hae-won from Kyung University's Arts and Cultural Management Program. Welcome, Professor Ji.
Hello, good afternoon.
So let's talk about this fascinating drama, the 12-episode drama Jeongnyeon, The Star is Born, or Jeongnyeon이 in Korean, actually just came to a close on Sunday, just yesterday. So what is it about this drama? Let's first talk about the popularity that it received.
Yeah, Jeongnyeon이 is a TV and weekend TV drama which first broadcasted on October 12th and just wrapped up the last episode yesterday with the highest viewing rate of 16.5. Actually, it started with 4.8 actually in the first episode, but just doubled. The score was doubled in the next one. And it ranked the #1 among the entire TV shows at the same time slot, and also the #1 among the entire media contents, including OTTs, in the first week of November and also the second week. And also it gained global attention by ranking top 6 in the Disney Plus, the Disney Plus Global TV Show category, and by #1 in the Taiwan, Singapore, and Hong Kong, and #4 in Japan. Yeah, and thanks to the huge success of this drama, all the audiences got more interested in gukguk, 여성 gukguk, female gukguk.
Right, that is quite an achievement. And let's continue with gukguk. It's being dubbed as a kind of forgotten all-female traditional music performance, and it can be a little bit difficult to understand what it is. So please enlighten us on this historical arts.
as May you saw watch the Jeongnyeon, the drama, so it's more like the Gukguk is more like musical theater these days. But we have to look at the Changguk first to understand the Gukguk. So it is one of the traditional Korean theatrical performance. It is similar to pansori. But while the pansori is usually performed by one singer with the book drummer, the gosu, the Changguk is performed by a group of actors, and which is kind of an operatic version of pansori. So, but in most cases, with the male performers playing the leading roles in Changguk. But in the late 1940s, another version of Changguk was created with the all-female singers and the actors. So this all-female cast Changguk is known to 여성 Gukguk, female Gukguk. So it was the mega hit theatrical genre in 1960s until 1960s. But as we watched in Jeongnyeon, seeing women in male roles has been very, very popular, especially among the female audience members. And through this like alternative masculinity, they got some sense of freedom in the male-centered society, and there were big stars, such as like idols in these days. So like Im Chuneng, Jo Gu-meng are big stars in those days. So it's like more like Moon Ok-kyung in Jeongnyeon. So 여성 Gukguk had been very, very popular until TV or films replaced its fame, like over the 1960s and 70s, like a TV. Many people watch TV or more films, and Gukguk has almost like disappeared.
Right. It is because of so many contents that we can now see on various platforms why we cannot watch this Gukguk anymore that often. But Walter, you have another question for Professor
Yes, I do indeed. So despite the actual unfamiliar theme of the drama, what do you think why does it become so successful? What has led to its success, do you think?
Of course, the actors first. So the actors, Kim-tae-hee, Shin Ye-eun, Jung Eun-chae, Kim Yoon-hae, the leading actors, and many others are all amazing. So I've heard Kim Tae-hee.
Kim Tae-ri, right?
Kim Tae-ri, I'm sorry. Kim Tae-ri, I'm sorry. So Kim Tae-ri also trained for pansori 3 years before filming this drama. And the other actors are also trained for a while. But as you know, it is not easy at all to learn pansori for like a limited engagement, like limited period of time. So it is amazing, and that is one of the strongest parts, the factors of the success of drama. And the other one is there was a webtoon of the same name, so many people already knew about the Jeongnyeon, the webtoon, and there was Changguk version of Jeongnyeon was performed last year. So many people like waiting for the drama version of Jeongnyeon with the high expectations of it.
Well, that's quite interesting. Like, directional aspects of the drama have also been praised. Can you give us some examples, maybe?
Yeah, in this TV show, the audiences could have double enjoyment, like watching the content itself and the Gukguk performances in it. So there are 4 different Gukguk performances, some scenes of it. So Chunhyangjeon, Jamyeongo, and the Fool and the Princess, and lastly, the Legend of Twin Towers, the last one. It was just aired yesterday. So from the real stage acting, the audiences could more understand what Gukguk is and what the all-female cast theater look like.
Right. Actually, when I was watching the drama, those performance episodes were really what amazed me. I felt like I was at the scene of the theaters there. But Professor Chi, with female-centered narratives in trend these days, do you think Gukguk could possibly return into modern live entertainment?
Yeah, of course I do. And maybe it could be back sooner. Because actually, thanks to the huge success of the drama Jeongnyeon, the Korean Heritage Agency recently announced that it will host a special Gukguk performance titled Korea's first women opera and women who became legends in December, very soon. So the production will feature professional Gukguk artists and as well as the modern pansori singers. So on the original form of all-female theater, all-female like 북극, 여성 북극, female 북극. So I hope it will keep run after the special performance, and more 북극 performances will follow.
Let's hope 북극 will be kept alive in various forms. And is there any other way we can watch related performances, even if it's not the actual 북극 performance?
As I mentioned earlier, is it more like 북극 is like 판소리 or 창극? So there are a lot of 창극 and 판소리 performances all around the year in Korea. So I recommend the audiences who are interested in Korean traditional performing arts to visit National 창극 Company of Korea and National 국악 Center, and also Seoul 도남은 Traditional Theater. So you could see many different kinds of authentic Korean theatrical arts there every month and every day, including singing, dance, and of course, pansori and 창극.
Let's keep track of those performances. So really, I think this drama, Jeongnyeon, was a wonderful example of bringing back short-lived, very popular historic performances to the modern world. So thank you very much for your insights today, Professor Ji.
Thank you very much.
And that brings us to the end of Monday's edition of the Culture Wave. And thank you, Walter, as always.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave, and hope you join us again on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.